Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Night Train to Terror from 1985. It's the 35th film in the 50 Drive-In Movie Classics collection, is directed by John Carr, Philip Marshak, and Tom McGowan, and stars Barbara Weiler and Jamie Scoggin. Well, I was right. Every once in a while, I try to guess what the upcoming 50 Drive-In Movie Classics movie genre is, strictly by the title of the film, and surprisingly, or not surprisingly, depending on how much of a dick you are, I have gotten a lot of them wrong so far. Until now. But then again, with a title like Night Train to Terror, it's not a crazy guess to think it's going to be a horror film, thanks to it having the word terror right in the title. That's a big giveaway, I think. Anyway, this film is about God and Satan sitting on a night train bound for disaster as they judge the lives of three individuals along with the members of the rock band that find themselves on the train in another car. Then again, there are only two cars on the train other than the engine, so there aren't really any places to go. If you haven't already guessed it, this is an anthology film, with the God and Satan judging people being the framing story, and the three stories of the individuals being judged are the vignettes. And holy shit, is this film just a mess. First off, I should point out that every time we visit the framing story, we are treated to a portion of a music video from the rock band on the train that they're putting on in the other car, and the song, although catchy, is not so in a good way. I can still hear it playing in the back of my mind. Then there are the vignettes themselves. They are wild and make little sense. You would imagine the gimmick being that since they're the stories of individuals, God and Satan are deciding which one of them get for their baseball team, that the individuals would die at the end, right? Otherwise, what's the point in telling that person's story if it is still continuing? Well, that's the problem with a second vignette. The first vignette is just bizarre, as it starts out regular enough, but soon goes off the rails as it becomes about an asylum where one doctor is drugging his male patient to abduct women and bring them back to the asylum where they are raped by the orderly and occasionally murdered, and their body parts are then sold off for medical experiments. The story goes out of control quickly. The third vignette is equally messy, but does something interesting. It combines characters from all three vignettes in one of its scenes, and I thought that way of tying it all together was cool. But other than that, this film is all over the place and just sloppy, which is why I'm giving it a D. And tomorrow we go back a bit and review Ant-Man, as I've just added it to my collection. See y'all then.